Okay, so number one, you need to know what are you looking for. Okay, you need to know what are you looking for, and having know what you're looking for, that makes you arrange yourself or package, what you want to do, within the space. Okay, so please, I want to beg everyone and plead with us not to think like a baby in the industry. The industry is mixed up with so many things, and the earlier you understand and build your capacity on what you are looking for, the better it is. Okay, and you cannot use another person's blueprint as yours, or style as yours. However, you can learn from anyone's style, anyone's blueprint and pattern, but you can't actually use someone's pattern, as yours. So you learn from people's pattern, and that's what I need to pass tonight. And I've listened to people speak about, if I had known, I would have placed this price this way. If I had known, there is nothing to regret in your wrong actions. All you need is to learn from your wrong actions for subsequent, event. And of course, we know we sell our 5 tools, personal trading and masternode and POS and the MLM and the mining project. Of course, many of us, we know that, yes, fine, we diversify in so many things, have been mentioned. But we know right now, mining is less profitable compared to, maybe masternode or POS, as the case may be. Because why many people, could not actually, identify the differences in mining and other crypto projects, it's because some of us are not studious, some of us are not ready to research for the right information. And that makes it so difficult to understand that the trend of activities in the crypto space is beyond just mining, but more to like, a masternode system and then the proof of stake, activities. Now, primarily, mining was designed along the technology of proof of work. That is a POW. And right now we have POS and we have proof of service, proof of stake, and proof of service. So the flexibility of masternode and POS is the aspect of having access to the whole equity at a given time of whatever thing you must have invested. Please, I'm passing this across for us to learn. And I always repeat this. You don't coerce people to come into cryptocurrency. You don't force people to come into cryptocurrency, because if you do, you may have a very big regret, okay? And so I encourage everyone and advise again not to coerce or market anybody into cryptocurrency. You can only share with people if it appeals to them, they buy into it. And if they're not comfortable with it, they of course turn it off or turn it down, as the case may be. Okay, so like we said, in your trading, your activities of buying and selling, okay, every mistake is meant to be a learning for the next correction. And because if you don't correct yourself and you keep complaining about the mistake you made, of course, another one may actually occur. Okay, so quickly before we go into like maybe the dashboard, we have said 5 tools we'll make use of, but I will beg everyone not to lie to anybody, because of we have platforms everywhere now promising people, so many percentages and all of that. It doesn't mean that it's bad. I'm not talking about it's bad, but it might not be too favorable for everybody. So there might not be a fair play for every participant, because most of those systems are like robbing Peter to pay Paul. So you must be very careful on how you go about doing, or getting involved in some platforms, that claim to want to give you so much money, as this may be. Now, the next thing everyone need to put into their mind is, please be ready to source for information. Be ready to source for information. I don't mean to scare anybody about cryptocurrency by saying you have to be studio, you have to do that, And some will say, then that's so difficult, to do. No, it's nothing is difficult. It's only you have people who can explain the concept of things to you, literally, beyond just okay, I'm taking advantage of this and all of that. So now, please, for some of us who are very new to this type of interaction or training, you should know that we prioritize personal trading. Okay, then the next we put in is the master node. Okay, now even though you are learning how to trade and you have started trading, and then some of those projects may be of good help, for us to generate income along the line, while learning. So it shouldn't be like a university learning where you finish until you graduated and serve your government before you start looking for a job. So in this case, we need to design a pattern for ourselves. Okay, like we make certain reference to a coin, for instance, that was bought about a week ago. Okay, and after that, the coin had been perpetually down. Okay, today being third, the coin did some high magic of movement. Now, meanwhile, we have some of us who have stuck in our money into the platform, maybe for 1 week, and now maybe when it has recorded about 28 or 32%, and everyone was like, "Oh, if I had known, I wouldn't have canceled my order. I would have just left it, by now. I will have made that, I will have made this and all of that." And it's on that note we tell people that there is no absolute, stuff in this industry. It's relative, and because it's more of behavioral, and that's what we call it fundamental analysis. For some of us who have been involved in forex trading, and who said technical analysis, fundamental, and market sentiment. Thank God for crypto is more of fundamental analysis and the market sentiment. Okay, now very quickly, I'm going to share a page with us now, and before I move ahead of sharing a page with us, I will want to let us pour our mind and what have been our experiences for some of us who have started trading or investing in one platform or the other. What have been our experiences before now? What have we been, seeing, and what have been some of the challenges we've encountered? Have we really come to a point where we felt disappointed and as if we have lost it all? And what have been our resolution? Because I've met a lot of friends who they felt that cryptocurrency is over for them. Okay, and what have been our own stuff, what do I call it? Conclusions, and I make up my mind. This is what I'm going to do. Like myself, I'll start for myself. I've made up my mind. Cryptocurrency, if Bitcoin goes down to 0, we go together. If we come back to 1,000, we'll be together. To move back to 1 million, we'll be together. So, and for someone like me, I've crossed my heart for a very long time about cryptocurrency, and because of the level of information some of us have access to, reading more and researching more, and know that, okay, we're taking advantage of this. So basically, what our priority, we've said the personal trading is very, very important. But sometimes when we say personal trading, people think trading has to do with consistently sitting on a laptop on your phone, before you do trading. Holding a coin by buying it now and keeping it for the next, maybe 10 months. For instance, for some of us who have heard about Tika Tiwari subscriptions, in some of our forum, we posted that whoever that is interested in Tika Tiwari coins, 5 tiny coins to $5 million, with $500 investment in 10 months. Now, it sounds so big to some of us, and it may not sound so big to some of us again because we might have seen similar record before, that was not even up to 10 months. And here we are seeing somebody who's saying in 10 months, $500 in 5 different coins to give $5 million, in 10 months. Now, there are some persons who will never believe, on such big English, let me call it big English. So many persons. Okay, thank you very much. So, the coins actually are adding more. I'm sure the coins are adding more up to either up to 8 or 10, as the case may be. Now, the whole thing in the cryptocurrency industry is based on information. Okay, the whole thing in cryptocurrency space is based on information. Information is the basic thing that will make you stand and take what you want in the crypto industry. If you don't belong to, or you don't have access, let me put it this way, because if I say if you don't belong to a community, and sometimes we might have misunderstanding about that. But what I'm saying right now is that what gives you an edge over another person or anybody in the industry is the type of information you have access to, the quality information, and what type of decision you actually take with that information. Sometimes a lot of people get the right information at the right time, but no right decision on such information. Okay, now we have said on the priority list is a personal trading, and on our personal trading, please take note of this. Maybe I have to go through them one after the other. We have said we have so many, ingredients on personal trading. If you are doing a trading, you have got to understand the market's, sentiment, and you have got to understand basic fundamentals, that you should take as a tool to do your personal trading. Okay, so now sometimes, you meet people tell you, hey, you have to get to this number, you have to get to this number, you have to check this candlestick, you have to check this Bollinger Band, you have to check the, Doji leaf, and then, you have to check the Elliott spike and Elliott's chart. No, yeah, fine, it's good. We have people who are strong analysts but interpreting candlestick for you, but they do not have any coin. So trading is more of decision, what to make up your mind, and it works with your instinct. The only difference is that, trading had no respect for your emotion. So that on that note, we tell people 3 aspects of trading you must actually, list and work with are: number 1, holding of position. So that don't even, need you any skills per se, though you might need to have the right information or belong to the right community. But that, does not really requires a lot of things. So I buy a coin, I give it, I keep it, and then I go to sleep. Just like, let me use similar to like this Tika Tiwari. And when I told some of my friends that somebody came to my office last week or last 2 weeks, and they asked me about the coins of Tika Tiwari, I told them, oh, Tika Tiwari coin, it's on subscriptions. You have to subscribe $5,000 to be part of Tika Tiwari Bambich. Now, to access the coin. Now, to a lot of people, it's too expensive. There is nothing too expensive. The difference is that you may not be able to afford it. And what I tell people is that why you would not be able to afford something is as a result of if you do not really know the value of that thing. Someone like me, I spend a lot of money acquiring, knowledge, getting certain informations, and because these are tools that will make me be at the profitable, zone. So now, we're not okay. What we can do is that if anyone want to come, to buy Tikatiwari coin, rather than looking for $5,000, to buy and then subscribe and start buying the coins, then they can go and pay a $500, okay, $500, to buy the coins. And what do you do basically when you buy the coins? 5 coins or 10 coins, and you can buy and hold it. For instance, one that was called free was Chainlink. And I remember when I bought Chainlink was about, how many dollars, how many Satoshi, about 15,000 Satoshi. That night when Tikatiwari mentioned Chainlink was about 18,500 Satoshi, thereabout. And there we were, Chainlink move up to as high as 35,000 Satoshi at first, and subsequently 37,000 Satoshi. So irrespective of when the person want to exit the market, for instance, maybe before even Tikatiwari timing, and then the person must have been, of course, in profit by now, because I'm sure the coin is still about 29 to 30,000 Satoshi, which is invariably up to about almost 100% of the money invested. Okay, now how many people actually understand what they want? If you do not really understand what you want, you will not be able to pay for it. That's the truth. You will not be able to pay for it, because it is understanding of what you want that make you to look for all costs to get what you want. All right, so now going forward, we have come to the era or the period where no much person, take note of this, no much person is going to stress you so much to get involved in anything about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. Let me tell you why. Many of us have got involved in some platforms where we lost crazy money, and some, because of lack of understanding, had capitalized on that and felt that their friends were misleading them, and nothing good can come out of their friends again. And so, if I happen to be one of such friends, to people, I rather not even tell you about the new opportunity. And that's the exact thing that is happening now. There's so many coins in the market that are doing fantastically well, but fear of, I don't want to have problem with anybody. I don't want somebody to misunderstand me, and so in case it never work out as planned, and then I don't want it. And so everybody will stay on his lane and do what he's doing. And that is the first aspect of trading, buy and hold. And how do you buy and hold? If you get the right information, you know the coin to buy, keep it. As the price go up, maybe 100% or 200 or 300%, and then you can dispose, such asset. That's one aspect of trading. The second aspect of trading, of course, we know is swinging. And some persons thought that trading of cryptocurrency is cumbersome. Well, obviously, no. You want to swing, I buy Bitcoin right now, and maybe at $9,162, and then I can place it at $15,000 or $16,000 or $17,000 and go on. And yes, I'm aware that this guy, this coin I buy can go down as much as possible. But for after a period of time, for every coin has a cycle. Okay? Every coin has a cycle. So before the next cycle of the moving up, I must have been in 200 or 300%. And that's exact thing, what some people do, do. And so they can place price ahead of time. Like I did one, look at it. This is this guy. Let's go to this place. Cover. Wow, this guy again is going up. That's crazy. Cover. All right. I did something on cover before you jump up this way. I bought it for a very long time, and then I think as low as 8,600 Satoshi. That's the lowest, 8,500 Satoshi at the last dip, cover. All right. And even when we told some persons to buy, maybe some didn't buy. Now, I put it at 8,600 and something Satoshi, and I placed it at 12,000 Satoshi. Now, it looks, imagine, why did you do that? I never bothered. I just kept it there. And Kava was doing as if it was not going to do anything. And I left it. And there you are. I just came back. And then I saw Kava has moved also fast. And then that means the 12,000 Satoshi, had been sold. And I checked the other account again. All I've placed have been sold. And do I need to bother myself, sitting with Kava? No. The next coin that's going to repeat the same game that this Kava has done is NKN. Many of us that we traded this NKN sometime last week or something, when it moved up to as high as 9,000 or 900 Satoshi, okay, as big as that, and it sounds unbelievable the level at which this guy was going. And after then, it broke down. Now it's about breaking out, okay? It actually broke out, but by 2 weeks or 2 months or 2 days indicator, now it's actually bullish. It was about breaking out on the 29th of October, and it never succeeded, and it came down. Assuming you bought it here, what do I need to do? I wouldn't do anything. I just keep it there, and then the guy came down and again returned back, up and up and up, and breaking and create another resistance. Now, why am I showing us all this? You can buy a coin, hold it, and go to sleep. And you can buy a coin, place a price ahead of time, and go to sleep. Then you have the third option of you can buy a coin, understand and monitor the coin, and scalp it. Okay? Now, if I want to scalp it, I just look at it. Have I done up to 5% or 10% or 15%? As the case may be. Please, I always tell people one thing. Before you enter into the market, design how much profit do you want to make on a given coin. And that gives you a big, fantastic guide, to control your emotion in the market and not, overbothering yourself, being in the market at all time. Remember, in cryptocurrency, both in trading, it is not how frequent you trade, but how profitable do you trade. That's what really matters. I meet a lot of people that the way they trade, the Bitcoin, the Satoshi, actually going down the drain. And this guy, what's it called? The dollar, it seems as if it has recovered a little, but little do they know that what they should mind their business on is the Satoshi and not the USD or the dollar or the stable coin, as the case may be. Okay, now, so please get it straight. Okay, for some of us who are very new, and in this thing, we have a target. Of course, we said our target, Tikatiwari is like a tool to achieve our target, for instance. It's just one of the tools to achieve our target. What exactly are you going to get from it? Okay, I want to get $100 times 5, that's $500. And then I look for another $500. Okay, I subscribe, $500, get the coin and buy the coin and hold maybe $100 on each of these 5 coins. Remember, so it has been added according, and then maybe up to 8 already, or 9 or 10. And people who possibly had gotten those coins were already on profit. So it's just one of the two. Number one tool, of course, if you are not on build with me, it's not compulsory for you to be on build with me. But if anyone here and is not on build with me, of course, some of us who are on build with me, we can agree with me that the person have been missing a lot. That's the truth. The person have been missing a lot, because there you learn basics, being directed, how to go about, personal trading, how to buy a coin, how to sell a coin, when to buy it and when to sell it. And so those are the things that give you a kind of guidelines, on or a guidance, style or principle to achieving, your targets in the market. Okay, now the next is that the bill with mean is just like a signal platform. The second one is need block. Well, I don't know. I'm not selling need block to anybody. Okay, so that you don't have misunderstanding. I'm not selling need block to anybody. Okay, somebody is playing with somebody is playing with the screen. Please, can you stop that? Okay, so I'm not selling need block to anybody, but let me show us something. For some of us who have been in Port Harcourt and we're doing something in the office, go and check CoinMarketCap. Okay, don't check CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap, for instance. Now, we go to CoinMarketCap here. I want to show you some coins. Why are we following need block? Okay, why are we following need block? We want to use indication of this coin. Now, for some of us who know about this coin, we don't find it difficult, or we do not struggle to understand and agree with what Tika Tiwari said about 5 coins to $5 million in 10 months, because we have seen coins that community people who have this information beforehand told their community to buy the ICO, and the coin was listed, and the lowest price of the coin in 2019, this same year, February, was about 14 cents. 14 cents of the coin, February 12th, 14 cents. And in June 26th, that same coin was $2,130. So whoever that have invested $100 had a total volume of 689.65 of the coin. Now, when the coin was about 570, somebody sold and made over $350,000, within a few months. And if the fellow had waited till June, that makes it 4 months from the listing time. That will have given about $1,480,000. That's $1.4 million of an investment. That's unbelievable, guys. Thank God for data and records. That was like about $1.4 million. That was insane, guys. That was insane. And the same group had talked about a coin, that some of the community people invested into and make some money. It's called 42 coin, right? So 42 coin was prescribed for a community member. That was crazy, okay? That was crazy, 42 coin. And even when the coin went up crazily, and then at the point, look at when it did all-time low, a coin that have done all-time low of $12.26, and the coin had done up close to $1 million. And the coin the last 7 days, the coin has gone up to as high as $27,000, and then lowest up to $18,000. So now we are showing you all this because this platform that talked about the Tor coin, talked about coin 42, and talked about another coin that we actually bought again, because I bought this coin called THX, was another coin. Because of information and research, THX was a coin, is still traded at $8 right now. So please don't joke with information. And although everything is risk, right? This coin $8.33 is what it's still doing right now. And from the launch time up to this moment, the coin is still on profit of 1,021 1,021% ROI. And this coin, I bought it less than that, and this coin in May 17, it was at about 73 cents. And the same May 31st, end of that same May, within 2 weeks, the coin hit about $25.32. Now, if that is the case, let's pretend that this coin was at this place $1, and at $25, that means this coin has done about 2,500% within 2 weeks. So if it has done that, it means what I needed much in cryptocurrency is not all about investment in platform packages, companies that claim to be paying you so much money now. No, you can pay yourself big money, in the crypto space, just taking information. And having gotten information, you have to understand how to take the risk. And then how do I take the risk? I spread it. Here we are face to face with another coin, another platform called NICBlock, for instance. Okay, NICBlock is not an investment. Please don't take it as an investment. NICBlock is not an investment. Okay, so if NICBlock is not an investment, what is it? Remember, I will say we have 10 to 100 Bitcoin in 12 calendar months. A project 10 to 100 Bitcoin in 12 calendar months. It's just a choice. You can have a target of only the 10. Another person can have only the target of about 100 or the target of 50, but whichever one you want, the tool are available. Okay, so NICBlock is not an investment platform, but an academic platform where what exactly do you do there? I've met a lot of people that they have misconceptions, and I don't market people about NICBlock. So I'm not marketing anybody. I took advantage of it, and I'm waiting for the token to be listed on the exchange platform. Okay, now this is NICBlock, for instance. Look at this, an account. Now this is an account, for instance. Okay, right now I can even go ahead, maybe thereafter, I can even go ahead and make a withdrawal of this money. Okay, but this is exactly what NICBlock does. Number one, you have what is called an academy. This is an academy. This academy, you get connected with it, and it can still give you some information about market analysis. That is number one. Number two is you're given a token. You cannot have this token. You cannot have this token if you are not a subscriber of the NICBlock. So this is their native token, and we are looking at this token maybe launch before the end of December or by the end of December. So if you come earlier, that's glory be to God, but I wouldn't know. And so, but many people want to have a coin and say, okay, when it's been launched and all of that, I wouldn't know. But I just heard it may be by December. So if you come earlier than that, fantastic. If you come thereafter, but let me give you a strategy right now. For some of you are already on NICBlock. If you are already on NICBlock, this is the strategy you should adopt. On your journal, because we have told everybody who is in Planbxpress and all of that, we always tell everybody, go back home, carry a big journal of yourself or a notebook or a hardcover. Write opening stock. Every money you are bringing into your platform, take note of them to understand the cost of your value. So write down every money you are spending, in both in assets and in fiat. The assets should be the Satoshi value, and then the fiat should be the Naira and the dollar. So now, what exactly does NICBlock do? It gives you academy, that's number one. Two, it gives you the token. And then three, it gives you incentive, okay? Now, what incentive do I have on NICBlock? Incentive I have on NICBlock is this exactly. what incentive do I have on NeedBlock? The incentive I have on NeedBlock is if I subscribe on NeedBlock, I have the lowest of $50, $100, $150, $200, $500, $1,000, $2,000, in that order. Now, I can subscribe any amount. Please don't be coerced by anybody, not even me, Felix. Don't let my talk convince you. Just tell yourself you want to take advantage of it. I don't beg people to join business. I don't beg people to join platform. So if you can take advantage of it, fantastic. If you cannot take advantage, don't be coerced at all. If there's no sentiment about it. So, but I actually subscribe for a NeedBlock because of primarily the token. Why? The token of Torcoin happened that way, and then Coin 42, the same thing. Even THS is the same family of those coins. Then here we are talking about NeedBlock. So what you do in this space is you buy the rumor and sell the news. But when people start buying the news, you cash out. And that's what you do. And so, but do I need to take all my money on NeedBlock alone? No. Remember, we have said our 5 major tools. Number 1 is the personal trading. And in the personal trading, you have to subscribe, for a Build With Me, where you are put through your learning, about how to trade by yourself and all of that. So subscription for Build With Me is 55,000 naira. So that one is not negotiable. And outside that, is it compulsory? No, it's not compulsory. And NeedBlock, in fact, I can even say NeedBlock is more compulsory than Build With Me. But the difference is that you may not get the information from Build With Me, but if you subscribe for NeedBlock, remember the NeedBlock too has an academy where you can get updates about the market activities. And then you are given an incentive on weekly basis. But the first 2 weeks of your subscription on NeedBlock, you aren't paid anything. They call it the incubation period. So after 2 weeks, then you get paid on weekly basis, of whatever you have invested, so about 8%. So the 8% is actually not 8%. Sometimes when they ask me, I say, to me, it's not an 8%. How many percent? If you have invested, let's say $200, for instance, and they wrote 192%, that means 92% in about 168 days. 168 days, all right? 168 days is almost about 6 months, if I'm not mistaken. So if it's about 6 months, now 92% divide by 6. That should give you, I don't know how many is going to give us. Let's just a moment. 92%, I want to check something. 92% divide by 6, that should give you just about 15% in a month. And so that means that everything you're earning is actually paid with your capital. So don't expect after money they are paying you on a weekly basis, you're going to have a capital back. But what do you do? Since this platform they pump coins and pay you incentive from pumping coins, what do I do? For instance, I have this one of my account, for instance. This is one of my account. How many accounts? So don't say, Felix, why? So everybody with their own personal reason of doing what they're doing. And so now, tonight, I'm going to make a withdrawal, $48 here, $50 here, maybe $100 here, another whatever dollar somewhere. And then by tomorrow, I'm going to have some little fund, maybe up to $200 or $250, if possible. Now, what do I do with this money? Some persons eat the money. That's what they do. Some persons say, hey, that money has come. The next thing is how to eat ishewu. And then Joshua, in Tanzania, I know if I say ishewu, you may not know. Or anytime you are in Nigeria, next time you get to know what is ishewu. Okay, so now, what do? I have consistently, now I might change itinerary, I've consistently been using every money I withdrawn from NeedBlock. I've consistently been buying Dogecoin and Chainlink right from day one. Dogecoin and Chainlink. So it's like just collecting the money and turn it somewhere to an asset. So now, patiently, I'm waiting for when need block token is being listed on exchange. I think one of the exchange we had was Tex, and one other exchange before it's launched to other many exchange. Now, like I said, the tool I've given to you, once the coin launch, do not sell all your coin at a go. That is what makes you different from somebody on the street. You have had understanding, you've learned, you're already in the space, of cryptocurrency, you're already trading, even though you are not yet a big professional. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you have an idea. So what you should do is please do not sell all the tokens. Let me use an instance. There was a guy we heard about him who they said he used about $1,000 to buy some token, just like this need block thing now. He bought a token worth of $1,000. And as at the time of buying this token, the token was about at $1,000 gave him 1 million units of the token. Okay, $1,000 gave this young man about 1 million units of the token. If 1 million units of the token was given, immediately the token was launched into the market. It was in a haste. He pumped everything into the market. He sold everything. Yes, fine. He made crazy millions. That's the truth. He made crazy millions. How much? $1 million. $1 million. Matthias, we're talking about maybe December, according to, he's asking when is the coin to be launched. Thinking it'll be December, possibly, before it should be launched. So now this young man pumped all the money out. Yeah, there's no hard feeling for the young man. I mean, $1,000 investment, and when the coin was launched into the exchange, it was pumped up to $1, and he sold everything. So he made $1 million against $1,000 investment. That was enough. But what was the painful part of it? The coin, after he has sold everything, the coin still got pumped up to $10 per one. So he was jubilating. He had made $1 million. It was not a long distance. The same asset he has actually disposed at $1 per one of the coin actually hit about $10. As a businessman, he will have been calculating, wow, if I had known, I would have just sold half of my coin or 75%. So if I have sold half of my coin, that's a $500,000, okay? $500,000. So if I sold $500,000, if you're not getting, Joshua, if you're not getting, you have to go. If you are in Neat Block and you have registered, you have found your account and you have subscribed your account, the first thing you need to do is to come here, see Academy, and click on your Academy, and then select the third option, okay, Professional, something. Look at it, Professional Blockchain Technology. So click on it to connect to the, what's it called? To connect to the Telegram group so you can be getting the information you are asking about. So maybe you have been missing some of the information from them. So you can do that, maybe tomorrow or tonight after the training, okay? So now, like I was just saying, I have to use this money, to buy coin. And so the young man actually know, wow, if I had known, I would have left this coin. No, you don't leave it. Immediately the coin is launched, of course, it's going to be pumped. As they get the coin pumped very well, what do? I divide the coin into two, or maybe two-thirds. So the two-thirds of the coin is sold. After selling that two-thirds, I made my capital and make good profit. Then I reserve some other volume. Assuming the guy that have 1 million sold just about 600,000 of it or 800,000 of it, 800,000 will have been $800,000. Then when the coin hit about $10, so 200,000 times 10 is still more than the money he made before. So $200 times 10, that's 200 units, 200,000 units times 10. That is insane. that's about $2 million, you know. And so, but what if after this young man had sold for $800,000 and the coin never rose again and move and go down, then he can quickly sell back, and it's better lost than mixed when it has to do with cryptocurrency. So I think, and then other thing you have advantage of in the NIT block is that as many number of people you sign up and you are paid in little referral bonus. You can see that's why you see that the total token I have here is about 7,150 token, and I have little fund here, $14. What means that anybody that sign up, you know, through you can still earn some bonuses, about 5%, and then the token, they give you 500 of the token. So major my concern is the token before they will be launched. So I think enough of talking about NIT block. So I've told you personal trading is that your NIT block, you know, build with me. The other third thing that, of course, I am there, but I am not so much particular about hey, everybody come and subscribe, because I'm very, very careful when it has to do with come and subscribe for this. It should be of your choice, okay? But you need the skill. The skill set is so important, and I must learn. So if I must learn, I must learn how to do my business by myself. I must learn how to take advantage of the market by myself. I must learn how to do things, you know, by observing the market, you know, by myself, so that I can leverage on the market over and over again. Okay, so that's number one, you know, the personal trading, and they'll talk about the NIT block and all of that. And now the number two is the EDC blockchain. Okay, the EDC blockchain. Many of you, of course, may have not invested in EDC because, well, there may not be much awareness about what to do on the EDC, because no one person is going to tell you so much about it. You only can take advantage of it by yourself. And so that's why we tell people the second tool to our project 10 to 100 BTC in 12 months is the second thing is this guy, leasing, okay? Leasing of coins. Now, let me use an example. EDC, you can just, everything I'm saying, you can Google them. EDC blockchain, you know, it's a coin, okay? And it's already traded, okay? And since it's being traded, I can even be trading it ordinarily, but I can bet with you from my little experience in, you know, in the space of doing EDC, I've observed something. The best thing to do with EDC is the leasing. Because sometimes when you try to follow the trade of EDC, you miss out seriously, because it does not fluctuate too much. The volatility of EDC is not much, it's very little. So sometimes you could finish selling at a given price and expected that EDC should come down so that you buy back. EDC may never come down for you to buy back. So that's why we say, okay, if I want to trade EDC, it is better I create a leasing portfolio. If I create a leasing portfolio and then I come back and buy the EDC blockchain, and then I put them there on the master node on the Echo fund. And this is the master node. For instance, I'm not here to teach us so much. So if you have a friend who invited you and then you are here, you can always ask him. Then when I go here to say, okay, I want to lease the coin, and then I click on lease, and then you can see most of us, I normally use 12 months. And so minimum EDC that I can lease, of course, many of us know that is 30,000. And then I click on the 12, and then I click on lease. Of course, it's going to ask me, okay, because I have this account has been registered, that's why it's asking confirm. If not, it's going to ask you to fill a form where I have to put my name. This name of recent doesn't really go with full name. It goes with username. So when you bring out the form, you're meant to fill a username. That's all through small letter and a number added to it as the case may be. And so now, what exactly do I benefit? You are earning 11%, 11% every month of the 30,000 EDC coin you actually list, okay? So you must understand something that then the second part of the Acro EDC is that many of us are not taking advantage of the network structure because I'm not a good networker, so I've been disturbing everybody that, hey, build your network on EDC, but of course, many people do not understand. I have many accounts in EDC, and so why I always encourage everybody that, okay, try as much as possible to do minimum, if you have the capacity, to do minimum of 4 accounts in EDC, minimum of 4 accounts in EDC. So if you do minimum of 4 accounts in EDC, you can be earning more money, on the active income. But the active income gives a structure, structure of how much you can be earning from 3x10 matrix. The first 3 directly under you, which should be your internal account if you have the capacity. And then that should be earning 10% from the total earning accrue, of the community. Look at this account now, which I have many of them. For instance, only this account is earning 206 EDC every day. 206 EDC every day. All right, 206 EDC every day of these accounts in 1 month. So 206 EDC every day multiplied by 30, that's about 6,180 EDC every month on these. And now, if that is the case, and I have other account, for instance, that are still earning, maybe similar or lesser or more before even, my main account, for instance. Okay, this is this. Many people do not know what is actually our target on EDC. I don't want to waste my EDC. That's the truth. Okay? Look at this. It's 180 EDC every day on this account. 180 EDC every day. So if you multiply by 1 month, you will know how much that is earning on monthly basis on EDC. Then you check another account. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to paraphrase for us and know how you should take advantage of the wave of activities, in your crypto okay, this is 203. So you can now see, and other accounts are earning in their own respective volumes, okay? So we have 206, okay? We have 206 plus 182 plus 203, and then other ones. So let's say this 591 EDC multiplied by 30 days. That would be, I hope I'm in order, okay? Okay, plus this is this multiplied by 30 days. So multiply by 30 days is going to give about 17,730, okay? If it's 17,730, let's use example. That means, look at it, 17,730 EDC. That's about $143, every month. Now, why am I not wasting this coin? I'm not wasting this coin because I'm waiting to accumulate more volume of this coin, because a time will come, if this coin can just manage to enter $1, and you are making about 17,730 in 3 accounts on the active income monthly. Now, that means this is a potential $17,000. What gives me this conviction? If this is a potential $17,730, I bet with you. Why? Okay, I can go back to CoinMarketCap, for instance. I can go back to CoinMarketCap. All right, so I go back to coin market cap. This coin market cap, okay, this coin called EDC, EDC blockchain, EDC. This coin had one time in 2016 hit as high as how much? $994 all-time high, you know, 2016. All-time high of this coin had done $994. So I'm not talking of, I just say I expected EDC, the Bitcoin enter $50,000 or $100,000. I expected EDC to hit $1 or by mistake $4. If you did by mistake $4, 17,000 EDC you have wasted. You should know how much that money will have been. Okay, and what confidence do I have about that? If you look at it, I've traded this coin this year. If I go to history, and this coin that is about less than how many Satoshi, less than 100 Satoshi, traded it up to as high as 692 Satoshi this year, March. Okay, let's go here this way, for instance, EDC. Let's go here for you to understand. So this year has been traded to as high as 692 Satoshi. Please, history repeats itself because every coin had what we call a cycle. So a coin maintains a cycle. If you understand the cycle, you can follow the trend of the cycle and know how the market is actually moving. Now, many a time we tell people to take advantage of things, hitting the iron when it's hot. But not many persons have this understanding. They want to wait until the history itself has been made. You need to be part of the history maker. If you don't join the people that will make the history, if you allow the history itself to make itself, I can bet with you, you will be part of the people who will be narrating of I knew when ETC was that, I knew when ETC was this. Okay, let me just go here. So you can see, fact and figure. Okay, let's go here. 40. This is this. Oh, I just want to see something that's it. Wow, this is okay. I want to see leading me to March of this year, and never mind, guys. Okay, this is oh, sir, this is 2018. No, it's too long. Yeah, traded club coin. Yeah, see. No. Sorry for that. It's another coin I traded. Okay, this is it. Okay. Okay. Never mind. It's gonna give March. Ooh, what is it? Okay. January. Okay. Sorry about that. So I just want to show you something, and then we'll move ahead to the next thing, and then you can ask questions. And okay, so fantastic. This is March. Okay, can you see? In the month of March, can you see on the March 23rd, I bought EDC 184 Satoshi. Can you see something? And then 184 Satoshi, and I sold at 315, 315 sell, and bought at 318, 300, 310, and there you are, and 310, 310, 310, 300, 302, 300, and sold at 380. Then I bought at 328, 328, 328, and sold at 450 Satoshi. All right, and there you are, 450, 490, 500 Satoshi, 500 Satoshi. Then bought back about 379, 379, 379, 379, 370, 370, 379, 360, and okay. So you can just imagine, how the market, okay. So some I bought at 350, 350 or about, and I sold at 425, 425, 500, 500, and then some are still bought at 150 and all of that. So these are trends of activities that EDC has actually followed, and we've made money in doing that. So what do you do basically? When you list EDC on the EDC blockchain, then whatever you are making, you can bring it to the exchange platform, which is on the Yobit, and sell or trade it, all right? And trade the EDC, okay? Trade the EDC when the price.
No, I know the answer.
Please, can this person move it up? Okay, so I can just like that, and then do my EDC. Now, this is a problem for some of us who have not really understood EDC very well. It's one of the most difficult coin to trade, because after you have sold, the coin may not come down to the expected price you want to buy it back from. So the best is that you list it, then you bring it to the market. When you sell, you'll be patient and allow it to come down very well again before you buy back. And that's what I encourage people, to do on EDC. If you have enough money, then don't do only one account on EDC. You can do at least minimum of 4, and so that the first account, you earn everything on the passive, and you can still earn about 990 EDC on monthly basis from the earning of your 3 additional accounts. So I tell people every 1 EDC you earn is a potential $1. May not be now, may not be in the next 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 months, maybe in the next 1 year. So, but that's a potential $1 you are earning. Now, the moment it comes to that time, I'm not going to be surprised if EDC percentage on leasing drop to 3% monthly. I'm not going to be surprised. So just make haste while the sun shines. And so that's on EDC. On the leasing of POS leasing, and of course, we've told everybody, on our platform that leasing, okay, let me go back to this guy here. Go back to this guy here. Okay, so when we go to leasing, we've told us that one of the coin we lease was this coin called this guy. What's this guy called? This guy, one coin, one chain. Now, one chain coin is a coin with lease, okay? And but we still told us, for some of us who have leased it, that you can still continue trading one chain, okay? You can still trade one chain coin. But I've leased one chain coin, and for me, we'll be making about 0.05% every day, and that's the month will give me 1.5%. So it's lovable, right? So I have leased one chain and to earn 1.5% every month. And in 1 year, 12 calendar month, the one chain staking I did is going to pay me 18%. Somebody want to ask me, Felix, why do you need to waste your money where you can do 12%, or right now in EDC, you can do 11% in a month of a coin in the master node, and there you are. You wasted your money again on a staking coin for just 18% in a year and 1.5% in a month. Felix, that is insane. Where you can trade and make up to 40, 50, 60%, or even 100% in a month. You must be silly. I am not silly. So I am diversifying and spreading my risk. And for the fact that you can learn how to trade, then if you have a genuine and reliable way of still earning some passive, no matter how little it is, it's fantastic. Secondly, you need to understand that every staking coin or masternode leasing or LPOS leasing or masternode, the advantage you have in all of those coins is that every coin you stake or lease is still your property. Okay? Now, whatever percentage you make is just an addition. Now, some people already have excess of Bitcoin, for instance. They wouldn't give to third party of, I'm going to trade with it and give you 1,000%. They aren't interested. They rather look for a genuine platform and create a master node or, proof of stake, staking such coin that's going to pay them even 10% in a year. Let me use an example that will give you understanding. Now, assuming, let's take this, just a moment, I'm going to choose this. Assuming this guy, take it this way. We're going to show you this right now. Okay, let's take this guy. Let's take this calculator. Now, in August, okay, in August 2017, one BNB was 0.09 cents. Now, somebody who took $100 to buy BNB or $200, so you say, okay, you say $200, okay, divide by 0.09, that gives us about 2,222 BNB coins. Now, they're going to pay 10% in a year. That's multiplied by 0.10. That gives about 222.22 BNB. Okay, there you are. Let's go to BNB. And then in 2 years, that is multiply by 2, that gives 444 BNB. Okay, let's go to the market, the coin market cap right now. This is a coin market cap. This is BNB. Okay, there you are. In 2 years, outside all the consistent fluctuation, BNB did how many percent in 2 years ROI? BNB did about 9,000% ROI in 2 years. Now, somebody who had earned just 10% in first year, 10% in second year, that's 20% in 2 years. You can be laughing at him. It is not the percentage, it is percentage on words. Now, there you are. Go back to BNB here. Look at BNB. BNB did how much? BNB went up to as high as $39. $39 June 2019. June this year, BNB went up to as, okay, let's go back, went up to as $39.5. Now, there you go. If you multiply this, multiply by $39, there you are. You have $17,333 In 2 years, that is the profit. Now, 2,222. Now go there. The seed itself, 2222.222 multiplied by $39. That gives about 86,666. And a lot of friends that I have that were together, the BNB they have, they say until one BNB enters $100, they're not going to touch it. So let's say you have 2222 multiply, okay, multiply by $100, all right? Maybe come next year, March or thereabout. That money is a potential, how much? $222,200. And that's after 2 years plus. Now, when we say 2 years to financial freedom, we are not joking, guys. We mean what we're talking about here. And so that's why we don't play around, and we're not playing prank with any person. We're showing people, how to do it by themselves, okay? And so that's taken. So the fourth one is actually network marketing. Now, you can build a network marketing on EDC. You can build a network marketing on NeedBlock. You can build a network marketing on the mining. Now, we have Mining City, but I'm more silent about Mining City. Number one is that if you look at it logically now, among trading, leasing on Masternode as POS taking, mining is the least profitable part of cryptocurrency. Yeah, don't let anyone lie to you or deceive you. Mining is the least profitable part of cryptocurrency right now. What is more profitable? Trading, leasing, and POS are more profitable than mining. Does that mean mining is not good? Now that if you have about $2,000 to start crypto now, or $1,000 to start crypto now, or $2,000 or $3,000 to start crypto now, I will have to put this money much in personal trading. That is, you can buy and hold, okay? I told somebody to come and he said, I don't know how to trade. I said, okay, there you are. Thank God for Tika Tiwari. Go and subscribe for 5,000 on Tika Tiwari Palm Beach. If you cannot do that, come and pay $500 so that you can get access to the coins, buy the coin, and lock it in a wallet and go to bed. Yeah, that's true. So that is more honorable than giving your money to one third-party funny scheme that are going to eat up your money, and you come back next year and be crying. And so those are the things we educate people to understand, that it's not about jumping here and there. So when most people who are pushing you so much about mining, they are interested in the network marketing of you invest, and they take advantage of the community and build a network. Either the investor breaking even or not is none of their business. The next thing you must be careful about are platforms that sell packages. We've investigated and saw that most companies that are more of MLM-directed activities are Ponzi scheme. MLM coins are mostly Ponzi. They will make a hype about it, make believe, and you see the top leaders, the network marketers, and then we talk much about, don't worry, this coin is going to be $1 million in the next 1 year and all of that. And so come and buy the package. And now, so people will buy $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 all in the name of investing in a package. We're going to be doing mining. We're going to be doing so many things. MasterCard, printing a card, you join here, we're going to earn this money. Don't worry, we have our coin, our token as we're giving to you. So collecting big packages from people and then manipulating them here and there. So be careful. So the best for you is to have advantage of holding the coin by yourself. And anytime you are now tired of holding the coin, then you can drop it and go away, or liquidate it to another thing. And that's the best. And that's what we always encourage everybody to, take advantage of. So many times, a lot of people have called me, hey, please, I want to get involved in cryptocurrency. How do you think I'll take advantage of it? When I finish explaining to them, they say, no, it's too long. It's too long time. I cannot wait for this period of this. I said, okay, no problem. There's no point in me disturbing myself about, convincing you. Like I was saying in our training yesterday in our office in Port Harcourt, I told everybody and I beg everybody, don't ever you market anybody in cryptocurrency. Don't ever you persuade anybody. Don't ever you sell things to anybody. Rather, educate people, enlighten them, let them understand how the space is. Now, finally, before I hands off and for anybody to ask questions, is on the trading. Please, never you regret your action. If you make mistake, learn from it. Many times you have bought a coin and the coin refused to go up and you went and sold it, and after then the market move up and you say, oh, I regretted my life. It's not done. Don't do that. Once you have sold and it was not favorable, take note of it to learn from it. No two persons have the same psychology pattern. No two persons have the same trading pattern. What you do is that you learn from different patterns to make your own pattern. And you cannot create your own pattern if you have not made mistakes. But please take note of this. I normally tell us, sell every spike and buy every dip. Let me use this chart now to explain something to you guys. Look at the support. The last support of this was 8,478 Satoshi. And then you make another support down here, 8,500 or 8,600 Satoshi. There you are. The market after a few days continues spiking, and it spiked. Now you got to this place, 1,200 or 12,000 rather. You got to 12,000 Satoshi, and you have sold here already. The coin never rested. It started jumping. Please don't go back to the market. If you have sold here, the market now did and then start moving. You say, oh my God, I wouldn't have sold. No, note this. In trading, there is always another market, another coin, another day. Don't ever you pursue or chase after the market. There's always another market, another coin, and another day. So if I have sold, like most of my coins was sold at this price, okay? Most of them were sold at 12,000 Satoshi of this cover. I don't need to disturb myself. So I'm off. Now, the coin move again and still move up and create another resistance. I don't need to bother myself about this again. I will buy this coin again when I see it down. But as long as it continues doing this, I'm not going to buy. And it must come down after a while. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow, next tomorrow, you see this coin down. That's the truth. So every spike must be sold and every dip must be bought. Okay? Okay, like this guy we are waiting for now, NKN, and NKN have been breaking up and all of that. So please, when you are trading, we have told you there is volumes, there is price, there is resistance, and there is support. So always take note of these four things and know when the coin is down. So when somebody buys this coin now, this coin has moved up from here, it broke out. Now, please, everybody will know that this thing, this red line is what we call bear market, bear EMA indicator line. So this is bear market, EMA indicator line. Why? This guy is an indication that a lot of sell-off will happen here. So the market came down. So as long as it's up, it's a bear market. But this market start moving up and cross this, purple. Purple is always at the center, and then it crosses purple. Now, if I had not bought this coin, the moment I saw the move the coin was taking across this purple and hit this and take a shoot, that coin must go up first before even breaking down. I can as well buy it here. And now you have bought it here and you sold here, and it came down again and start moving. Don't buy it, just leave it. You may move up to much as possible. Don't bother. Ensure that this coin comes down very well before you buy again. And I met somebody who told me, hey, I saw it pull back and I bought. No, don't do that. If you do that, that means you must be ready to sell as fast as possible. And you are going to be under pressure. Psychologically, you're going to be affected. Okay? So coins that are good buy are coins that are still at the bear market. Look at Ripple now. If I want to buy Ripple can be a good buy. Why? It's actually very bearish. Look at the red. So before Ripple breakout, I could buy, but after buying, Ripple could still break down, have a double bottom. I will never buy, because with this type of coin, if I buy it, I can keep it for the next 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It's going to break out, and when it break out, it's going to do a very massive profit, and then I can take my profit. Okay, so now, so you don't, once you have traded over and over again, there are initiatives you can take, and then understanding the market and how it moves, and then you use it to help your trading patterns. Okay, and so, okay, look at Matix is still at the bear market. If I want to trade in that, I can see trading, and then when the market has already broken out, you don't disturb yourself about that. Okay, you don't disturb yourself about that. You just have to understand that market must break down and then go up again, and rather than you forcing yourself into the market. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we have told you our project is project 10 to 100 BTC in 12 months, and the challenge is on, and have told us don't waste your money. Now, the last thing before you ask your question is this: everybody, once you are trading, always know your left market and your right market. That is the BTC and the USDT. Please, anytime you have traded some coins against BTC, they have given you some good profit, just like Kava have done 38%, and some other coins have given you enough profit. Once you're on profit and Bitcoin now spike, every spike of Bitcoin, then sell them back to USDT. All right? When you sell them back to USDT and Bitcoin still continue going up, never bother. Just leave it there. Bitcoin is still going to break down the moment it take a very big spike. Then you have sold your Bitcoin to USDT or to NGN, okay? Whichever one you have done it to. So once that happens and Bitcoin refuses to come down, then you can use the USDT to buy other related coins like Litecoin, Ethereum coin, Bitcoin Cash, and all of that. And remember that you don't sell all your coin at the same time. That's what we call ladder sales and ladder buying. If I have bought a coin and the coin is going up, do I need to sell everything at a go? So you sell the first price, the second price, third price, and reserve some few quantity of that coin. So in case when all your price are being sold, to have small fraction of the coin, especially primary coins. And so those are very important things, and you must take note of. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and I've just told us this, and then there are more things to discuss, but I think we need to pause at this point. So let me entertain questions, and so that we can share more light to wherever we are having challenges. Okay, so everybody, you're welcome. So yeah, the floor is open for you to ask questions where you need some clarity and all of that. So maybe you can send your question, you can type your question on the chat box so that we can attend to your questions one after the other. Yeah, I'm waiting.
Hello. Good evening.
Yeah, Frank, how are you?
Yeah, this is Frank.
Yeah, Frank, how are you?
Sir, thank you very much. I've not been attending your meeting. I'm fine.
Yeah. Your network is not too clear. Can you be a little bit broken?
Which you opened on your system there.
I can hear you.
Okay. I said I noticed when. Yeah, can you hear me better now?
Better, yeah.
Okay. When you open your Echo phone,
yeah,
I noticed that all the EDC there are figures, there are digits attached to it.
There are what?
But I don't know if it was from your EDC, your wallet blockchain from your EDC. That was where the figure is actually reflecting to Echo fund, or the Echo fund itself. Is it another investment where you buy and lease EDC, or is just for the leasing partner where their names are being listed? I don't know, because I saw figures on your Echo fund, and I've never registered on Echo fund before.
Okay, I know you will not know. Okay, I know you will not know that you would not know that you have registered on Echo fund. You actually have registered on Acrophone, but it's just that you were not aware. Now, this is EDC blockchain. Okay, this is EDC blockchain. There are two things here. The EDC coin has the blockchain where you keep the coin, and that's where when you are opening your account, maybe you're being sent a link. For instance, if I click on community here, right, and I click this link and send to you, right, and you registered, and while you're registering, you're actually registering the EDC blockchain, okay? You're actually registering the EDC blockchain. Now, I haven't registered the EDC blockchain. I haven't registered the EDC blockchain. It does not mean you are on Acrophone immediately. Now, it is when you are registered. I can just start to open EDC blockchain and buy EDC from Yobit or from EDAS, from DigiFinex, from BitZ, and all of that, all the exchange, and send it for it to be secure, and send it to the EDC blockchain and keep it there for safe purpose. And nothing will happen. I won't get any increment. Now, Acrophone is the master node itself that runs the EDC listen. So the blockchain is where you keep the coin. The Acrophone is the master node system where you now list. That's what we call LPOS. Now, you didn't know that you are registered on what's it called, on Acrophone. You are registered because when you click listen, when you click on listen and you click on list, there is an inter switch already. When you say, okay, 30,000, for instance, you say 30,000 EDC, and you select 12 months, okay? And here, what do you see here? What is here? What do you see here?
Acrophone.
Good. When you click on list, when it popped up, when you click on that, on this list here, it popped up a form. That form it popped up is from Acrophone masternode.
Yeah.
So the moment you fill it, and that's why you see registration or skip. If you skip that, that means you are not featured your detail on Acrophone. Then when you fill your detail and click register, it tells you registration successful. And then it asks you, go ahead, continue. And when you continue, it said, are you sure? It asks you more questions. And you say yes. It says confirm. And once you have confirmed, you have registered on Acrophone, and then you have poured that your EDC, 30,000 EDC from your blockchain, from your EDC blockchain into the Acrophone. Now listen, on the Acrophone platform, if you look at this, my EDC now, my EDC blockchain, I go to the overview, you see that this, my account, has been receiving 120 EDC every blessed day. Okay? It has been receiving 120 EDC every blessed day. Where is this EDC, 120 EDC coming from every blessed day? From Acrophone. You can see Acrophone. It's coming from Acrophone. Now, where you now see those details you are saying here, for instance, in this place, you see 203. Now, it's showing you the statistic of the coin, this account now, that this account have leased 30,000 EDC personally. And what was accruing from my personal leasing, that is my accruing from leasing coins, is 120. This 120 is what was going to the blockchain by default. It's automated. It goes back to your blockchain. And that's why you are seeing that your accrue EDC you earn on daily basis goes back to your EDC blockchain. It does not stay here. But it gives you the statistic of what you were earning, where it's coming from the Acrophone masternode. Now, this other volume you are seeing here, can you see this other volume? 203.916 is what this account is what this account is earning from the partners in the Acrophone network. So invariably, the Acrophone control the masternode accrue volume on the leasing, and at the same time control the network system. So if somebody registered and didn't put your detail as like the partner username and you just register, the system will automatically assign a default username that is not your own to him. And once that happens, he cannot change it. Nothing can be done. All right. So you are on Acrophone, just that you don't know. But after you are done, you don't even need to start speaking grammar. You just go to you just open Acrophone, just acrophone.com. That's your email you use when you are leasing the coin. And the password you created that time, just use it to log in. You will see your back office in Acrophone.
Yeah.
You understand? So, and on, like, look at this account now. This account has accrued this 1,427 EDC is not part of what I was earning from my leasing. This is from the network. But here it shows total revenue 24 hours, meaning 120 EDC from my leasing, that's from my passive, and from my residual of referrals. Now, EDC does not pay that. If I sign up one person, they pay me one referral bonus. No, it's a residual recurrent earnings from the earnings of those people. That's what makes it fantastic. So they are now saying this 203.916 plus 120 give me this total of 323.916. So that's what I'm earning every day on this account. So the 120 goes straight to my blockchain, but you see this one will be accruing here. Now I have to now come here and click withdrawal. Look at it, I click withdrawal, I click all. 1,427.412, then I click on withdraw. As I click on withdraw, automatically it goes to my EDC blockchain of this account. So if somebody log in here now, I want to withdraw my EDC, it's wasting his time because as he click, there's no place to change this my username. So if you click, that means the person just helped me to withdraw my EDC to my blockchain, nothing more. Is that clear now?
Okay. That's good.
Okay. Yeah, somebody say.
Yes, sir. Very well, sir.
Okay. Yeah, somebody say, what is swing?
Thank you.
Taking, scalping, and again, best time to buy tickets, Waricon. Okay, Muibat, swing means, swing mean buying a coin and place the price ahead of time by projection. Now, this your projection is in 2 or 3 dimensions. I personally analyze market by myself, number 1. Number 2, I use my own personal algorithm to review a coin. Number 3, you belong to a community where signals are given to you that this particular coin can do up to this amount of money. So if that is the case, if I buy the coin, for instance, let me go here. Let me go here. Just a moment. I just want to show you something. Okay, this is Binance. So now, assuming I want to buy swing. Now, assuming this is okay, this is Binance now, and then I want to trade. Maybe you are in a community, because some of us who are on bill with me, and we send it and say, okay, this coin is a good buy now. Sometimes we can give a price range. Sometimes we may not give a price range, okay? Sometimes we give a price range. Sometimes we may not give a price range. We said, buy this coin. Okay, look at this guy now. We say, buy this coin at this 275. And after you bought it, immediately you finish buying, you place a price maybe at 350 Satoshi. And you never bother when the price is going to be executed, okay? When will the price be executed? It might take 1 month, it might take 2 months, it might take 3 months. Swing usually take longer than scalping. Swing can take from 2 weeks and above, or even 1 month or 2 months or 3 months. Position is like 6 months, 1 year, you never bother. Then scalping is basically from, maybe while we're talking, 1 hour, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, even 1 minute, 3 minutes. So anything from 1 minute to 2 weeks downward is a scalping strategy. Okay, so you are scalping, and you're saying, when is the best time to buy Tika Tiwari coins? When is the best time? Tika Tiwari coins, people who have subscribed to Palm Beach have been buying Tika Tiwari coins since on the 18th of September last month. So what I tell people is that anytime you wake up is your good morning. And so people have been buying it who are subscriber of it. You can look at $5,000 to go and subscribe independently, or you can maybe you can chat up with me later, or you can chat with Popsioba. You can chat up with me later. You can pay $500 and then go and buy the coin, and when the coin is given to you to buy, and then you go buy it. So anytime to buy it, you are free to buy it anytime, because the phenomenon we're talking about before the halving of 2020, and now the more time we waste, of course, the more percentage that have been dropping because of, let's do one instance. I've been trading Chainlink before, like Tika Tiwari gave it out as the one of Bitcoin, but free to everybody. Now, what happened? Since Tika Tiwari talked about the coin was at 18,500 Satoshi when he talked about it. And the coin has gone up to as high at 37,000 Satoshi. Even right now, that is still at 29,000 Satoshi. That means the coin is already up. But does that mean it's not a good buy? It's still a good buy. But of course, somebody who had bought it at 14,000 Satoshi or 18,000 Satoshi has done about 100, 120% ahead of time. So there's no bad time that, okay, so you say again, staking. Okay, staking is a process. Staking is just like a hedge funding system. You buy a coin to pour in a system of, like, you are contributing to the nude confirmations of the coin. Then the more volume of the coin you have, the more voting power you have. And so the voting power is a process of confirmation and consolidation of the master of the nude. So now you are paid based on the volume of coin you have. So that is the style of keeping your coin without touching in the platform and obeying their rules and getting percentage. That's what we mean by staking. Okay. Another question is, the BTC is spiking and you are on altcoins. Maybe probably you are currently losing. Is it advisable to sell the altcoin to get more dollars? And again, is Link still going to pump? Because I bought high 30,125. It doesn't matter how much you buy Link. You can buy Link even at 35,000 Satoshi. And maybe I'll use a practical example. I have bought Litecoin, $135 since, and Litecoin came down to as low as possible. Now, once you have bought a coin and it has come down, the best is that you hold the coin, but ensure that they are primary coins. What are primary coins? Strong coins that have similar, character with Bitcoins. I'm not talking of shitcoin. There are coins that are pump and dump. Chainlink is not one of those coins. Chainlink is already a strong coin, having so much partnerships and activities, let alone the aspect of it's part of the Tika Tiwari coins, for instance. So you don't have any panic. Just keep it there. You have bought it at whatever, just leave it. And remember, we told everybody, most coins, when you are trading them and they are strong primary coins, you don't sell everything. If you are bought at 30,125, you can set selling price, part of the selling price at 38,000 Satoshi. I remember most of us in Be With Me, the last price we sold Chainlink was 37,000 Satoshi. If I told anybody sold, and so 37,000 Satoshi, and it came down to as low as 27,000 Satoshi. Then you can buy back. And after you are bought at 27,000 Satoshi, you go to 24 or 26 or 23. It doesn't matter. Just keep the coin. And now, in trading, you don't rush out, rush in. Because Bitcoin is jacking up, you say, hey, let me cancel all my order. You will lose money. Listen, either you make money or you lose money. Exchange platform must collect their charges. So you must be careful of the way you move your money from one particular coin to another, and you have not made profit. Be careful. If not, you will just dash the exchange platform money. Every time you buy, they charge you. You sell, either you sell on profit or at loss, they charge you. So be careful. And when you are trading, not to just waste your money all in the name of because Bitcoin is spiking and all of that. It doesn't matter. And when after Bitcoin spike, some altcoins drop drastically, but one after the other, they will be meeting up. But please remember, when you are farming, what do we mean by farming? The time when Bitcoin is down, like I've been farming for how many days now, but Bitcoin was just consolidating. And so as you are farming, when you make some profit, move it to your Bitcoin. Make some profit, move it to your Bitcoin. Let's say after you have moved the money to your Bitcoin, Bitcoin came down. It doesn't matter. Then until you are permitted to sell to USDT, when Bitcoin has spiked, and you know that after the spike, it's going to take a pullback. All the USDT have sold when Bitcoin got to $9,800, $9,000, or $10,300. I've not bought the BTC back. Rather, I've used it to buy other coins and all of that. I actually wanted, okay, when Bitcoin come lower, I even placed some price at $8,500. What if Bitcoin never come down? That was why you need to strategize your trading, to have a position trading where you keep some coins, especially Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, BNB, and all of that, little fraction of it. So that if you have scalp and then the one you are scalping get out of your hand, the one you held will still be following the market. So that's it, right? So you don't need to bother yourself about the coin you bought and all of that. Okay, yeah, Boyega, you say you have a question, so go ahead and ask your question.
Okay. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I actually enjoyed your presentation. It was awesome.
Okay, you're welcome.
So I want to ask some questions. One of them is NIT-block an MLM coin?
Okay. NIT-block is a forum coin. Okay, it's a forum coin, and a forum coin that they have a community. They have a community of a trader. So as a trade, they pump coin actually and analyze market, and they now want to launch a coin. And launching the coin was like distributing the coin. They now have to like, okay, we give signals. So we're trying to like, what they call it, incentivization or something. And so we give the coin, the token to subscribers of the community. So in that way, ordinarily, what makes me buy like the NIT-block was the trend of activities from Coin42, Coin, because it's like the same group of people who brought about Coin42, Coin, THX, and all of that. So that was, but they now use, their subscription base in a referral system. But if you read about NIT-block, the warning they always try to use that don't promote NIT-block as an investment. We are not an investment. We want you to trade by yourself by the signals we give. They give signal just like similar to Python signal, okay? And trade with the signal we give to you, but we give you our token. Now they have about 50 million token or thereabout, and 30,000 is to be distributed through their subscriber and the people who build the system. Then after the launch, the token, the remaining 20 million will now be launched on the exchange. So at that point, anybody who wants the token, so you might be a subscriber of NIT-block and you will not be giving NIT-block NBK token. Rather, you buy it, or maybe they pay you through their subscriptions of their academy.
Okay.
So, that's why the NIT-block, if you are not close to somebody who is inside, may not. We don't have much people who are like promoters of NIT-block per se.
Okay.
Yeah.
So currently,
Yeah.
That means this block is still an ICO coin.
Yeah, it's just purely an ICO coin.
Okay, but presently, how much is one NIT block?
No. They're not selling NIT block. They only give to you.
They give how?
Based on your subscription. Whatever, if you do 500, if you do $50 subscription of the academy, they give you 100 NIT block. There is no quoted price of NIT block, and you cannot buy NIT block.
Okay.
It's just an incentive. It's just an incentive given to you.
Okay. How is their subscriptions like?
Now, their subscription is from $50. Yeah, I was showing it just. Pardon? What did you say?
Yes, the subscription range. That's what I'm trying to say. $50, $100, and what have you.
Yeah, there's a $50. There is $100. There is $150. There's $200. There is I think $500. There is just here. There is 500. There is 1,000. There is look at it here. There is $50, 100, 150, 200, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 7,000, and 10,000. And each of the subscription, there is a fee. So if you are doing $50, it's $3 fee. That is $3, $5, $5, $10, $15, blah 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 to $25. Well, you pay. And when you are subscribing, you don't just click on the subscription. You deposit because you pay through coin payment. They use coin payment as an intermediary payment. So you have to click on make deposit. And if I make deposit, I have intention of doing $200. I have to deposit $210 because the $10 is the fee. Then I click on make deposit. And then it connects you to look at it, this coin payment. And then I have to now pay to the wallet. I copy the wallet. And then I have to pay the Bitcoin volume and all of that. So it can take a while rolling here. Don't close it. Just don't, I'm done because it has not been verified. So it might take a while. I can just continue.
I know how to go about all those ones.
Good.
But sir, let's take for instance $100 subscription.
Yeah.
How many days or how many months does that give? As in, how many days subscription will that attract, and how many coins?
168 days subscription day. Every packages is 168 days. All right.
Okay.
Every packages is 168 days, and I think $50 they give you 100 of the tokens, and then $200, $150. I think they give you 200. I just throw within those range. Then the $200 they give you 250 units of the token, and then $500 I think they give you 350 units of the token. $1,000 they give you about 500 units of the token, and then $2,000 they give you about 2,000 or 1,000 units of the token. Then for people who, because they refer, anybody you refer, I think they give you 500 units of the token. If you look at this my account now, it means I've had some refer. That's why you are seeing that the token that is in this back office, outside the one that was given to this account, this is about 7,150 of the token. Now note that all these tokens, when they are launching, they are going to burn down part of the token. That is, they are going to reduce the volume of the token. So they will burn part of the token, and that's what amounts to that pumping. That was exactly what they did to Talkcoin. That they were able to pump it between February till June up to $2,130 from 14 cents when it was being listed.
So when is it likely to be launched on exchanges?
They're talking about by December, possibly. and to be launched on text exchange, and then I think I'll check one other exchange. They say it's going to be launched.
Okay, I think I'm interested in this because looking at some of the analysis you did on Topcoin and the likes,
Yeah.
who knows? All
Yes,
these things, I call them miracle money. So if it happens that it got launched and probably
get
one
pumped.
hit like $25 to $10,
Exactly.
that would be a big blow.
Just like I bought this THX, right? But the people who got it just like on the ICO like this must have bought a lot. But I used to tell people sometimes that we will say, "Oh, how I wish I had." I used to tell people it's a lie. Even if you had, you may not have faith to participate. You understand? Like when NITBlog, I've started NITBlog, my twin brother beside Obami, when he told me about NITBlog, we just, sorry, let me use this language, we just kept it to ourselves. Why? Of course, we have showed some people some project before, some failed, some worked, but we don't want stories of like, they brought this platform now. And that's why I used to tell people I don't market anybody for anything. So information and all of that, so we just like keep it to ourselves. I was saying something on a platform yesterday. I said, in cryptocurrency, it is what I believe. And who believe in you can follow you. Who don't believe in what you believe, you don't force them to, right? But what I always counsel people is that you may not have capacity of another person's capacity. So you do based on your capacity, and it's better lost. You better lose things by lost than lose things by mix. So if I miss something and I'm aware of it, it's always painful. And exactly that was happening when in THX, when I came back from Lagos, and I told them in the office, I said, well, I'm afraid I don't like telling you people things that I know you buy and maybe didn't work out, you grumble. I said, sorry, but CTHS, I bought it less than $1. But if you can see, let me even check how much. Lo and behold, when I say, let me check how much THX, something I bought less than $1 was already $3 that day. So everybody was like, oh, what are we going to do? You will have told me. I say, I'm sorry. I don't want to tell anybody much. And then the following day, everybody say, okay, we'll try and buy tomorrow. The tomorrow we'll try and buy was already $11. And some were able to buy $11. And then there we are, between that day to 2 or 3 days thereafter, Bitcoin hit about $25. You understand? And then there you are, the coin came down and all of that. So that's the thing, and that's why we tell people we don't force people into doing things because of course we have seen a lot, but we don't keep trying and taking advantage of opportunity. Okay, I think Mr. Ebami want to say something.
So I've not finished asking my questions.
Oh, okay.
I still have one more question.
Okay, go ahead.
You've said so much about EDC, blockchain, and all of that.
Yeah.
But EDC, how many EDC can one list at a time?
Minimum is 30,000 EDC. Minimum
okay, 30,000.
Yeah, minimum is 30,000 EDC. But you can list more than that. You can list multiple of it. You can list. I have somebody who lists in one account, he lists 250,000 EDC or thereabouts, something like that. So you can list minimum of 30,000 EDC in one account. But I used to advise people, I said, if I'm going to list 120,000 EDC in one account, it doesn't make sense. Let me spread it into 4, 30,000 in each of the accounts so that I can earn the passive, which 3,300 EDC every month. For 12 months will be 39,600 EDC on each account times 4. Then the 3 accounts under myself, as the earn 3,300 EDC times 3 of them in a month, which is 9,900. That my first account will be earning 990 EDC every month. So with my own benchmark, I'm not saying everybody should buy into my benchmark. My benchmark is that I want to see myself selling EDC at $1. It may not be today. It may not be beginning of next year. It may be end of next year or beginning of 2021. I can't say, but I want to see that when EDC is $1, I still have more better volume of EDC to sell.
Okay. Now, okay, what percentage do they offer monthly? Or is it daily?
It was 12% before, it's 11% now. And I'm foreseeing maybe before end of 2020, it may be 3% per month. I'm not going to be surprised.
Okay. All right, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Okay. .com. Is that
They were.
yeah, it's like hello.com. It's like your network is dancing palongo.
Let me exit and come back again.
Yeah.
Maybe it will be.
Yeah. Maybe you exit and come back again. Okay. Doris.
Sir.
Yes. Good
Good
morning.
evening, sir.
Okay. Is it?
I wanted my guy to ask this question before me, oh, child. His network is very bad.
Yeah.
Sir, please, we have pen there with you.
Pen.
No.
Sir,
please get a pen and book. Because what I want to ask is a practical question.
Oh, David.
We don't start. Sir, please, no verse. Pen and book.
Pen. Yeah. Okay. Let me check if I can. Okay. I've seen pen, but I don't know how large the question will be. Maybe I'm going to be a secretary.
No, small sheet of paper now.
Okay. That is
Okay,
write the question down, make it bold. This is scriptural now. Okay. So whoever see can.
Nah, figures now, not be secretary work, now just figures.
Okay.
Can I go ahead, sir?
Yes, fire down.
Okay. Sir, on BTC NGN.
Yes.
I am not clear at all, sincerely. Okay. I don't know what is happening.
Okay.
Now, I bought with NGN. I bought BTC while it was 3.2. I'm coming. Let me be practical now. 3.2. When BTC was 3.237.
3.237.
272.
272. That is 3,237,272 naira.
Good. And I got 0.003352.
0.0022.
No, 3352.
3352. Okay.
Yes, that's the figure. That's the Satoshi I got.
Good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And the naira value was 11,000 naira.
Okay.
Now I've been watching the markets.
Yeah.
And BTC on NGN increased to 325. Sorry, 3253892.
Okay.
And the naira value dropped. But I tried to get back that Satoshi that was gotten, but the value is no longer 11. It dropped by like 10, 8 or something. Why? When the value in naira increased, I don't know if you understand me, but my own value dropped in naira. Why? I wanted to get back that same value.
No.
The Satoshi value I got. When I noticed there is an increase in naira, it increased to a 3,253,000.
Yeah, you cannot. The margin, this is fiat, this is fiat crypto trading. And sometime when you even see, no matter how little change you've gotten in the naira or in the fiat, cannot give you significant difference much in the Satoshi. Reason, the difference you are seeing here, 3.2 million, 3.2 million, and the other one, it was still 3.2 million. The only difference is 53,000 naira and 37,000 naira. That difference you are calculating, we go and slaughter themselves in the process of buying and the selling. Yeah. So once you are trading fiat to crypto, you have to allow a good margin to be able to cover the 0.2% charge when you're buying and 0.2% charge when you are selling. Now, if I have bought BTC in my naira at 3,237,000 and something, I'm not permitted to sell that, money back to naira, the Satoshi back to naira, until at least the money has added up to maybe 3.4 or 3.6 million. Because you can't get the better margin, at that point. The difference you are checking here, you're just looking at, okay, because it has gone to 3.4 or 3.237. The difference is just in the thousand of naira and not even in the hundred of thousands, let alone the millions of the naira. So it's just in 53,000, if you take 53,000 something, and take 37,000 from 53,000. The money that is left is just a very minimal amount. And you now check on the fraction of what you are trading, then invariably, that's what we call hidden charges. And so you have to allow a bigger margin. Why most of us enjoy please, can you mute your phone?
Yes.
So why most of us enjoyed the crypto trading rather than the fiat is that we can always do at interval because you can see the Satoshi different fast. But when it comes to the fiat, the naira, the USDT, you have to allow a very good leap. Let me use an example. Go back here, like I remember when I traded BNB, okay. When I traded BNB, I had to, when I bought BNB at 6,000 naira per one, and I placed price that until BNB gets to 7,500 or thereabout, please don't sell. All right, and then I think it got to 7,004, so and I sold it. Then you can see the difference was big, and that's that because fiat, you have to be patient because number one, the volume of activities in fiat will never equate the volume of activities in the digital, which is the Satoshi, because the market is determined, the volatility of the market is determined by the influx of traders or investors that pump into that PS of currency. So that your margin, that your difference is very little that you will not be able to even see any profit. You get it?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
The difference is not big. That it should take a leap in virtually almost all the digits, even if it's not going to take a leap, even if it's not going to take a leap from the million, but it should take a leap in the hundred of thousands and not just the thousands alone, because it's still very, I call it a funny currency. You got it?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Okay. Any other thing as you hand my pen?
Sir, please, I just heard something this night that I've not known it before.
What's that?
Boyega mentioned MLM coin. Please, I don't really understand. Which one be the MLM coin? Let me understand now.
Yeah. Seriously. MLM coins. When in cryptocurrency, just like we've been saying, that the best of all in cryptocurrency space is when you invest by yourself or when you trade by yourself. You might not make so much money, but you have rest of mind and you be in control of your resources. Now, coming into cryptocurrency, we have projects that come out every now and then. Now, you're being invited. Maybe I might not be in capacity to mention other projects that are still running and they are still, jobbing people's brain. But let me use example of the one I have done, and I can always say, I can tell anybody that there's nothing too much significant about them, but what makes it to be what they are doing now and what still make them to be where they are was because they were MLM coin. A practical example of MLM coin was OneCoin, all right? And when you see similar projects that come like OneCoin, and you see they bring big packages and come and invest. It's either they will call it something that we are doing, and then let everybody invest in it, and they give you promises of how their coin is going to be, all right? And not even an ICO. ICO is still better because the ICO, they work to be listed on exchange and all of that. But this type of platform will tell you, you're going to be earning this percentage, or you're going to earn this so amount of money. Or when you keep it so time, when we launch, you're going to make this money. And everybody will be jumping and building a network structure. You discover that the top leaders will be making so much money on the network marketing of it. And the coin may never see the market, or when they enter into the market, they can pump for a while because the company will be buying back from the exchange. And then after the whole thing is saturated, because it's not a decentralized economy, the coin dump, and if the companies had other strategy to still uphold it, they bring another terminologies or strategy and say, hey, we are trying to do this and all of that. So they might force people not to cash out. They tell you, because we are working on the gateway. In crypto, there's nothing like gateways having problem. Once a company is not allowing you to withdraw, there's nothing like gateway. It is, there are no other Mugu. So other magas that are supposed to collect more money, they are not going to collect because there is no real money. What is in the back office are figures that have been written, and it's always associated with MLM platform. So when you have a company, if you are being invited to a company and they said our name of our coin is this, they can call it anything that they are mining a particular coin, or they bring it in so many good fashion. But you see that the noise about the whole thing is the networking. So everybody wants to rank, qualify for this level, and all of that. So investors are going to lose their money eventually because the coin will not see any progressive stuff. And if they are failing, the people that will be affected much are the people who pump so much money on those platforms. And the ones that the network marketer leaders will have earned so much money, from people and collect it and go and remain the chaff there. So similar coin that are MLM coin, like OneCoin. So I can use that one as a practical example. Where I was involved, I was a top leader and all of that. So there was so much deception, and they're not allowing people to even buy Bitcoin, calling that Bitcoin is a shit coin, it's already dead, it's too much, so much expensive, invest more money. And so they will now say, the more money you invest, the more you are going to make so much money and all of that. So these were MLM coin. And we still have some of them like on the feed up to now. Even though they are listed on exchange platform, these are the people who tell you that, don't worry, just buy this coin. They'll give you guarantee that in the next, by December, this coin is going to be $1,000. So you now take your calculator and be calculating the amount you invested times $1,000 or times $10,000 or times 100. They will even tell you that coin is going to overtake Bitcoin. It's going to be the number one and all of that. We're told those things in OneCoin that time. They call OneCoin Bitcoin killer, But now the the whole English has changed. He said, no, we never said it is. We say it was educational packages. It was going to do, we never say it's going to go to exchange. We say it's going to be a community-based coin, stuff like that. So MLM coin gets a lot of people disappointed, you know. And so that's why we said MLM coin are not coins that you should put your head and then be promoting here and there.
Taking, sir.
All right. Can I hang my pen?
Ah, I go pay, sir. I go pay. So much, sir. We enjoyed. Hey, sir, sorry.
Go ahead.
You're not doing well, oh.
What's happening?
You're not doing well at all. You're not explaining to all people that are on this Zoom meeting very well about EDC. You just said it casually. You are supposed to emphasize, oh, hey, you emphasize so much on it. Truly, you're saying it casually, and many don't really understand. I know what I'm saying. I know that you say, but I used to say it in the meeting now. That's what you say. But I used to say it in the meeting now. Emphasize, throw more emphasis. So
you see, let me tell you something. Why it might be going forward. It might even go more difficult than now. I know what I'm talking about. My emphasis might reduce drastically going forward. Let me tell you why. And me, unlike me, right from day one, I like doing what I want to do. And somebody who say, okay, I think I want to do it, and I don't want to sound like an opportunist, especially when it's going to be kind of, I can have some referral benefit. Okay, I always don't want to talk about that. Why you see that I always can tell anybody, I can emphasize some personal trading till tomorrow, because I know if that you do or you don't do that, nobody's going to pay me any referral bonus on what you are trading, you know. And so I can emphasize it tomorrow. So, but something that I'm going to have some fringe benefit from, you know, in the structure and all of that. So when I'm emphasizing it, sounds like, don't mind him, he's just busy emphasizing it of the referral bonus he's going to get. And so that you see why I can just keep calm. And secondly, and I remember when I traded, okay, many of us, and you two traded in March, you know, on the EDC. And the first day when I traded, I didn't tell any of you to trade. I have to do it only me. But when I saw that I did about 73%, and I said the second day, I said, even though I know that the coin was doing well that time, I told you people, I said, if you know you have the heart to risk it, you can follow me. And at the point when the price had gone to some percentage, I told you guys, say, please, you can exit the market. Meanwhile, I was still in the market. And when others exit the market, 35%, 40%, 45%, I did 93% that day. And the third day, that continued until when I said, it's like EDC will be coming down. But what am I saying? When I invested on the EDC, to do one package, I spent over 128,000 or 130,000 to do one package. Now, this is the situation. If you don't have people who are already, my name is signed and written with red biro in cryptocurrency. How do I mean? I must see the made in China. If you go to 0, we go together there. If we come back to 1 million, we are together. But there are people who are just like a passerby. When the wind blows them, they are going to run away. I can tell you that. Many have run away. Some are going to come back when they hear Bitcoin is about $50,000. Some are going to come back when until Bitcoin is very wickedly at $350,000. That's when some are going to come back. So if I emphasize some things, many would not understand. If they look at, don't mind him, he has always been saying it, and then after all, what happened? You know, that's how we lost our money in social platform and all of that. So I just felt whoever will hear, you know, they said in our place, they say, whoever, you know, whoever has to listen and listen to what the Spirit is saying to the church. And so I've done this type of thing in 2016, and 2017, when I bought my first Ethereum at $5. And some of my friends, I told them casually, buy Ethereum. Say, oh, this Ethereum, how is it going? Do you think it will do well? You know? And I told them, okay, never mind. I bought mine, I kept. And I reemphasized it when it was $11. And that, my friend, I remember, he said to me, hey, Felix, you bought it at $5. Okay, let me wait, maybe it will come to $5. I gave him a chart analysis that from that $11 is going to go to $22. That from that $22 is going to go to $33. That's a kind of contraction of numbers. That from that $33 is going to go to $45. From $45 is 50 something. Then from 50 something is 95, and then to 135, and to 155, and to 198, and then to 220, and then to 225, and then to 275, and until Ethereum jumped at about $1,800 or thereabout. Now, it got to Lagos when Ethereum was at $225. And he had to call me, hey, Felix, what was the coin you asked me to buy that time? I said, I told you to buy so many coins, so I can't really know which one exactly. He said something, he started describing. I said, okay, Ethereum. He said, okay, it's Ethereum. How much did you ask me to buy? I said, I can't remember, but I told you to buy when it was $11. He said, how much is the coin now? To be very candid, I didn't even know. I just knew I bought it and kept it in my wallet. And he said, do you know what? I'm flying back to Port Harcourt. We're going to share the one you bought. I said, what happened? He said, the coin is at $225. I said, there you go. Thank God. You better buy now. He said, that's too expensive. I said, did you buy when I said you should buy? He said, no. I said, then anytime you wake up, it's your good morning. I'm not selling my own until it's above $1,000. And that was exactly what I did. So emphasis sometimes is difficult because of misunderstanding, okay? Misunderstanding actually affects a lot of us, and that. So going forward, I'm not bragging, but it may be becoming more difficult for us in the future because we're going to have fake profit in cryptocurrency. Just like we have fake profit in Forex trading now, we're going to have fake profit in cryptocurrency because some of us might be on the hidden, might be doing our things silently without disturbing anybody, without talking too much to anybody. And so that is the same thing that's happening now. So EDC, I was not emphasizing it. The same EDC, when it came down, I told you, I think it's coming down. So if you can sell off, and then some lease and all of that. Everybody who are in EDC in Port Harcourt today, the thanks they should give, it should give to Mr. Simplicity. I didn't worry most person, but I only write it out. Have you done EDC? They say, no, it's okay. Try and do even if it's 1 account or 2 account or at least 4 account. They'll say, how? Can you explain to me how much is the return? They want me to explain the return in dollar or in the naira they invested. I say, no, there are 2 different things here. There is a cost of things and there's a value of the cost. Most average Nigerian check the cost of things. Okay, they have invested 200,000 naira, for instance. They'll say, how many percent will I be earning? If you say 11%, they calculate 11% of 200,000 naira. That is foolishness. What you should calculate is the value you are buying. 200,000 naira, what am I buying with it? I'm buying EDC. Oh, 200,000 naira, how many EDC we buy? We buy 60,000 EDC. Okay, the EDC now, how many percentage will I earn? The percentage is calculated on the EDC, not on the naira. But many persons calculate the naira, and that's why we lose out. So now, once they calculate 11% of 200,000, they say, this is too small now. And I say, okay, don't worry. Okay. So until the EDC go up to something so big, they say, oh, you didn't tell me that way. So that's why it's difficult for me to too much emphasize and tell person, hey, what? If not, and the way I keep my EDC is like a project of, remember, I said, I want to see selling EDC at $1. I'm not saying anybody should not spend his EDC, but I must have a reservoir of EDC so that I will see myself that I sell EDC at $1. So, Doris?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, Gwega, want to say something? I can see, Gwega, see your hands up, or it was the previous one?
Actually, it was the previous one.
Oh, okay.
I think Rababa too wants to ask a question.
Huh?
Popsi Oba.
Okay.
It's like he has a question too.
Okay, he asked. Hello.
No.
Is he back? Oh, .com, you are back.
Yes, I'm back.
Okay.
Well, I just wanted to talk about
contribution. Yeah.
About mid-block. When you were talking, the listing of that coin on exchange may come faster than we think.
It may come faster. That as a matter of fact, it will come this coming week. It will come.
Oh, .com, why you go talk this thing now like this?
Well, I'm just saying, you know. But then, with the information I'm getting, it may come before mid of this month. It may come. I'm not, you know, I'm not giving an emphatical stop, but then it may come, you know. And with what I've seen with Needs Log, so far so good. They are those guys know what they are doing. Yes, they are doing form, giving incentives for subscription, you know, then giving native tokens and all of that. But above that, when you look at the academy and you see what they are giving, there is no signal or trade calls that they give that did not go as planned. No one since they've started. You know, no one. And looking at that, you know that okay, it's like these guys know their onions. And then okay, they say they give incentives of 8% a week and all of that. So far so good. Also, they have not failed. And again, when you look at even reviews, you know, concerning them, because of course they are not really making noise about the project. They're just doing their thing, you know, silently. There is no negative review at all that I've seen. Then again about the tokens, we may be surprised that okay, if you are holding 20,000 of the tokens or 30,000 of the tokens by the time they are listed, and then they do their coins token swap and token bond, you may end up with 500. You may end up with 600 tokens at the end of the day. But then all that happens, it means that the value can repeat what Token did. Because of course, like we know, they are the same team of people working on these other projects that are really working on this MBK also. So, I mean, I shared with a couple of guys, and unfortunately, they did not see what I was seeing, and then I had to let them be. Okay. Even EDC that Madam Doris is saying you are not making stressing and all of that. I don't remember talking to anybody about it anymore, as far as I'm concerned. Why is because I've come to realize that some persons that are going to be in this space don't know what the space is all about. They just said it's a space they could come to, that they've kept some money for them to come and park and go back to their houses, which is not so. Right? EDC, well, I think I have a little, and that little gives well above 130,000 a month, you know, just not even considering Echo Fund earnings now, just on the listen on the wallet itself. So when you look at all of those things, and it's just a matter of me, you know, putting all these things together. If I can, okay, let's say tomorrow now, if EDC starts selling for $1, for instance, and I could get about 130 or 120,000 in a month, then that is direct equivalent to okay, $320,000. So if I tell you and you refuse to, you know, come on board the platform, then whether you are there or not, it will not stop me from exchanging my EDC on Ubit. So once we have that understanding, then I think, you know, everything for us is going to be, you know, pretty easy. You know, that is just that on the project. And on personal trading, yes. And anti-virus coin, yes. For me, it's about, you know, buying. Even when I buy, I don't hold them on exchanges. I put them on decentralized wallets, so that what happened to Cryptopia will not repeat itself. I knew what, amount was lost with Cryptopia, and then at least those ones are not. That is not a platform of investment. It's an exchange platform. Just like putting your money, in or on in Savannah Bank those days, and then the thing goes bad. Now, so for me, it's all about just putting everything in perspective and then do what I have to do at my own, time. Whoever I call, you don't even need to bother yourself, about calling anybody. I give sorry, I made some calls when I wanted to, when we want to subscribe for the 5 coins to 5 million. I called a couple of guys. Guys, let's put in this money together and then, do this thing and then, and then they were telling me stories. I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have this, I don't have that. When eventually the coin was unveiled, I was able to pull out the coins, by means of whatever, I just got it out. One of them came to me and was asking me how far with the coin. And I told him straight, okay, bring money. And one of them said, we've lost money before, if you use that as CSR. And I simply told him, my friend, how much did you lose? Put it in percentage with how much I lost. Then who is really, at loss here? That was when the narrative just changed and I'm sorry, these are, so for me, it's just about we, knowing what we are doing. We're in the best community, know what we are doing, and then run with whatever information that we are able to, to gather from this space. That's what I have to say for now. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. I hope everybody have heard, and of course, I've said it before now that it's going to be very more difficult. I'm not saying it's going to be difficult for us to make money, but thank God, just count yourself lucky. We are already in a community, but of course, I know a lot of people will drop out of the community because of your level of maturity and understanding to hold yourself together and to move on. And practically, the time we come, we can be seen and we discuss other things, and we may not discuss, what's going on what's coin are we to buy and all of that because of the level of understanding and your interest, and all of that. So, let's see how going forward. We're going to get a lot of things straight and fantastic, but I can still tell you, going forward, there are a lot of things that might not be unveiled to some persons. And lastly, I will encourage everybody, always do fantastic research, reading, and all of that. It's good when you have read some things and you come to the house and ask questions, and then we clarify ourselves and all of that. For motivation, I'm not even a motivational speaker. I'm not good at that. So, and for motivation, no, we might not have anybody that's going to motivate us. That's the truth. We just see, boom, everybody have. If you see somebody now, maybe somebody, I'm sure like a lady who make about $350,000 on Thorcoin, having invested just $100. I'm sure it must have changed her signature, for other things. And then, of course, you'll be buying into so many projects that you may not even hear. And then going forward, make another money. And then, so that's why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Anyway, that's by the way. And I think we have done justice a little tonight and what we have to discuss. And so let's see what happens tomorrow. And we'll review a coin tonight, and then we'll see which coin are we starting with tomorrow. Congratulations for those of you who have who traded Kava. And Kava has not even rested. It's still moving. And I think NKN2 want to get angry and still move more. And so let's see what happened and so going forward. So everybody, thank you very much for this call. And I think I can say we should have a nice rest and sleep well, so that those of us who are going to work tomorrow, please, it's almost late for you. And for some of us who are part of lazy Nigerian youth, and so it doesn't matter, we can sleep till 11 a.m. and before we wake up. So have a nice day, everybody.